as my book of the week. I also read, excuse me, I got a cough. I also read Detective Annual, which was pretty damn good. It was the death of Clayface. I'll just spoil it right away. But I don't think that's the important thing though. I thought the important thing is I think this could be the event that triggers the future Tim Drake to want to kill Batwoman. Because through Clayface's rampage that's going on, the Bat family's all come together, and Clayface has just gotten so out of control. He's absorbed all the thousands of whatever hundreds of gallons of psychic clay that Batman has stored in the Belfry, and he's just gotten huge, out of control, and is rampaging the whole city. And the doctor that was working with him to come up with a cure for Clayface has this like temporary cure, and that'll turn him back human just for a minute. And they want to inject it in him, and then Batwoman's going to literally just shoot him, because she has this thing that'll just neutralize his molecules or whatever and stop him from being able to reform his clay or whatever. So basically, they get up close to him and they stick him. I think they kind of use Orphan as a decoy to calm him down, and while he's distracted, he gets the antidote, and then as he's human, he's talking to Orphan and shit, and he's like, I'm a monster and all this, and Batwoman calls Orphan on a radio and says, "Cassandra, close your eyes." And like, she's like, "Whoa," she's kind of confused, and like before she can do anything, all of a sudden, just a bullet goes right through Clayface's head, and he falls down. So, but through all of this, Batwoman takes the shot and just basically murders him in the street. And the Belfry's all destroyed, and everything that Tim Drake has built up to this point is kind of destroyed. Like all the work he did on the Belfry and setting up this new crime-fighting system for Batman in Gotham has kind of all just been leveled. And they're definitely going to blame Batman for it, for sure, because it happened because of anarchy, and this other guy in Arkham took over Arkham and set Clayface off, but it's kind of been placed at the feet of Batman. So it's gonna fuck things up, and it makes me wonder if this maybe is the event that triggers Tim Drake to want to kill her. They say it happens in the future when they're like later on down the road, but Tim Drake kind of implied that it happened around this time. She does it. I have to kill her because she does this thing right around now. So I don't know if this is that thing. Tim Drake seemed really distraught that all of his work was trashed at the end of the book. So it remains to be seen if this is the catalyst for murderous future Tim Drake Batman. But pretty good issue. I actually like both the annuals. I'm usually disappointed with annuals, but the Detective and the Flash are both really good.
I also read Silencer, which is the new one of the new books that are coming out. They say it's right out of Metal, part of this new age of heroes. And I had saw it scroll past on DC's Facebook page that they were talking about it. And this
is going to tie in later to like the No Justice and the new Justice League characters and stuff that they're going to bring in down the road.
So yeah, so I'm looking at their Facebook page, and all these people who have not read the book yet are already writing it off. They're already writing off, this sucks. They're creating new characters that are not, they suck, which it's like you complain when they change established characters, but then you complain when they create new characters.
Yeah, there's there's always room for new characters. Don't bother me. Don't get rid of my favorites. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You're really not doing us any favors. Please stop complaining about new things, especially if you haven't read it yet.
People complain about every fucking thing. You could just see the title card of something and just start of a movie, and people that title card sucks.
And I can understand that some people don't like John Romita Jr.'s artwork. I can understand that.
I'm not a big fan of his artwork, really.
I'm not a fan. This one's not bad. I'll give it that. This one, it's not bad. Yeah, when he took over for Superman, I didn't really like the stuff he did on Superman. But this one's not bad. And Dan Abnett's writing it. And we know Dan Abnett.
Yeah, he's been on the show before.
And he's a great writer. Dan Abnett has done some amazing work. So Silencer is a new character coming out of the pages of Metal. I'm not sure where yet. But her honor guest is her name, and she is a former assassin for Leviathan, run by, of course, one of our favorites of all time, Talia al Ghul. And she is the only person that Talia has ever let leave the underworld, the darkness of Leviathan. Because she basically, the way Talia puts it is, you earned it. You earned your freedom from Leviathan. So she has been out of the game for about 5 to 6 years. She's got married, has a kid. Well, the old life is coming back because somebody's after Talia. And from what I got from the book, it was kind of like a mistaken identity. They thought Honor was Talia. So Talia shows back up, says they're going to be coming after you, and she's got to go back into the fray. What I really liked about this, one, her power is pretty interesting, Chief. They call her Silencer. She has the ability to create soundproof force fields around herself and her opponents that she's fighting, so there's no sound. She can kill them and nobody will hear a thing. She's one hell of a fighter. She's trained by the Leviathan. She's trained by the daughter of the demon. So she's one hell of a fighter. But it's almost kind of like a Kill Bill type of thing. I was part of this assassination thing. I got out, but now I got to get pulled back into it. The dialogue was great with Abnett's writing was great on it. I thought. I think this one was better than Damage. I did like this one better than Damage. I like the idea of the character. She is a character of color, which, I'm all for. Everybody we should have more of those. She makes a couple quips where someone she's fighting grabs her hair and she's like, "This is why I kept my hair short when I was active." So it's a story of a woman who has a secret past, who got out of the life and is now getting pulled back in. It's a classic tale. I mean, it's done all the time. But I really enjoyed the writing on this, and I think it's Abnett's writing. I always enjoy Abnett's writing. Like, his writing in Aquaman is great and things like that. I just like Abnett's
I think what DC's going to do right here is, instead of, kind of getting, pissing off their core fan base of however many years and getting rid of the heroes that people love and the versions of the heroes that people love, why do you got to get rid of them? Just add more characters. And why does your superhero universe have to be so small? I think if Marvel had done that, and Marvel had not just 86 Tony Stark and Bruce Banner and the Fantastic Four and turned Captain America evil for a while. I mean, Steve Rogers is back now. Captain America is back in main continuity. But I mean, if Marvel had done what DC's doing and rather just introduced a new Iron Man at some point, or introduced these characters without taking the other players off the table, then that's what DC's going to do right here. Instead, they brought back all their continuity, pre-crisis continuity practically, and they've started adding new characters, and they're putting decent writers on these new. According to Scott Snyder, we're going to get some like veterans and pros writing some of these new books, some of these new characters. So it's not going to be just somebody you never fucking heard of,
right?
Writing this shit. So
yeah.
I imagine that a lot of them are going to be all right.
Like I said, this one has Dan Abnett as the writer, which Abnett's very established and has written some fantastic.
He's been in the game for a while.
He's been in the game for a long time. We're going to be getting the Terrifics, which is by hold on, I'm trying to pull this up here. See if they tell me here. By Ivan Reis and Jeff Lemire. And that's the story with it's Mr. Terrific, Plastic Man, looks like Metamorpho is on that team as well.
It's like a weird metamorpho. It's like a really like isn't it like a big muscular like
Yeah.
monster looking
Yeah.
metamorpho.
Tony S. Daniel, of course, is doing Damage. You got John Romita Jr. and Dan Abnett on Silencer. And then you're getting Sideways, which is by Kenneth Rocafort, Justin Jordan, and Dan Didio. I know, I said the name.
Well, Didio's had his problems, but I dig. I can't fault Rebirth. It's been amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, give these books a shot. Give the new age of DC heroes a shot. It's not bad. The one we did not get to this week is the Justice League of America Doom Patrol crossover Milk Wars.
Yeah, that just looks so weird. I gotta see what that is. It looks so weird to me, but I'll just pick up like the hard copy later if I miss it somehow.
Yeah. So I'm not.
I do want to read it. It looks weird. I don't. I gotta see. I just don't like this new Doom Patrol. That's my hesitation. It's like I got very little time to read books, so I wanted to read the annuals for sure, and I definitely was going to read Metal, and then I was like, I don't know if I got time. I don't know if I want to read. I don't like Doom Patrol, so.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the show. Next week we'll be back with Colbeer from House of the Flying Scalpels. We're going to be talking some Royal Rumble, and we're going to be talking some Rebirth, some The End of Secret Empire. We're going to talk about some Marvel stuff and what he's up to nowadays.
Yes, indeed. And you mentioned wrestling, right? Okay.
I did.
Sorry, I was looking at something for a second.
So,
all right, we're all good.
So, until next time, Chief. Walking on your shit. I run this game.
It's his game now. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Hello, Chiefy. Kill the Batman. Kill the Batman.
Nerd Rage Renegades.